Good morning, guys. Our subject is engineering geology. We are in fifth unit. This is also last topic of this unit. The topic is purpose of tunneling, effects, lining of tunnels, influence of geology for successful tunneling. And purpose of tunneling means why we have to construct the tunneling, and if we construct the tunneling, what are the effects and what are the linings of tunnel and what are the problems is there, and what are the influence of geology for successful tunnelings. I mean, for the construction of the tunneling, what we face the problems to the geology that we discussed in this chapter. So guys, the definition of tunnels, and tunnels are artificial underground passages opened at both ends, constructed for different purposes, required for highways, railways, sewerage, water supply, public utilities, and canals. Necessitated when open excavation of strata becomes uneconomical, not only construction costs but for maintenance as well. The oldest, the oldest tunnel was constructed 4,000 years ago in ancient Babylonian to underpass the bed of river Euphrates and to establish an underground connection between the royal palace and the temple of Jove. The length of the tunnel was 1 kilometer and it was built with the considerable cross-section dimensions of 3.6 meters by 4.5 meters. In the second half of the 20th century, with the progress in development of both explosives and equipment underground, construction became feasible. Geological considerations are ground properties before constructing any tunnel project. The engineering properties of a rock generally depend The engineering properties of a rock generally depend not only on the matrix structure formed by the minerals, but also imperfections in the structure, such as voids, pore space, cracks, inclusions, grain boundaries, and weak particles. Pore spaces are largely made up of continuous irregular capillary cracks separating the mineral grains. Physical discontinuities are present in all rock masses as a result of geological activities. Introduction of defects into the rock mass due to human activities that alter the properties of the rock material. The mechanical breaks in the rock have zero or low tensile strengths, increase rock deformability, and provide pathways for water to flow. Guys, here some terminology is there, that is springing line, the line at which the tunnel wall breaks from sloping outward to sloping inward toward the crown, the uppermost part of the tunnel. Transportation tunnel cross sections. Here, crown and invert. Here spring line, top heading, bench, bottom and wall. Here circular. This is the horseshoe. This is the vertical walls, arc roof. Invert the bottom floor of the tunnel, feeding the excavated face of the tunnel. Station, the distance measured from the portal chain is, and wall, the side of the tunnel. Portal, the tunnel entrance. Drift, a horizontal excavation. The choice of tunneling method may be dedicated by geological and hydrological conditions. Weak rock under high stresses leads to squeezing ground conditions. Brittle strong rock high stress conditions may lead to rock bursting. Cross section and length of continuous tunnel. Local experience and time, cost considerations. What is the value of time in the project? Limits of surface disturbances and may other factors. Choice of method depends upon nature of strata and geometry of tunnel section. Classification of tunneling methods based on type of strata. Methods divided into three categories. Firm ground, reasonable time available for installing conventional support. Soft ground, conventional support cannot be installed. Running ground, special treatment required before starting excavation. Tunneling methods, a rough classification of methods, excavation, an excavation process without removing the overlying rock or soil. Steps, excavating, remove, muck supporting, lining, ventilation, drainage, drill and blast, hammer and road heat, cut and cover. Trenching to excavate and construct a tunnel and then backfilling earth over it. Immersed tunnel, lowering a prefabricated tunnel elements into a dredged channel and joining them up underwater, concrete or steel. Bottom up method. The main site is excavated with the ground support as necessary and the tunnel is constructed within. The tunnel may be of in situ concrete, free cost arches or corrugated steel arches. The trench is then carefully backfilled above the tunnel roof and the surface is restored. This is the image of the under the construction of the tunnel. Auxiliary works, red indicates long phase reinforcement. This is the guys copper dam and the hydroelectric tunnel. This is the under construction of the tunnel. So guys, top down method. Here side support walls and caps becomes are constructed from ground level, typically with slurry walls or a secant pilling. Then a shallow excavation allows making the tunnel roof of precast beams or in situ concrete. The surface is then restored except for access openings. This allows early reinstatement of roadways, services, and other surface features. Excavation then takes place under the permanent tunnel roof and the base slab is constructed. This is the temporary support walls. Here step 1, step 2, step 3, and step 4. Tunneling in firm ground. Traditional methods involving drilling and blasting. Full face method. In farm soils where full face excavation can hold it self for sufficient time to allow mucking and supporting operations. In the full face method, workers excavate the entire diameter of the tunnel at the same time. This is most suitable for tunnels passing through strong ground or for building smaller tunnels. This is the guys TBM. TBM means tunnel boring mission. This is the after construction of that tunnel for roadways and the top heating and benching. When full face excavation is not possible, heating should be sufficient distance ahead of benching. In this technique, workers dig a smaller tunnel known as a heading. Once the top heading has advanced some distances into the rock, workers began excavating immediately below the floor of the top heading. This is a bench. One advantage of the top heading and bench method is that engineers can use the heading tunnel to gauge the stability of the rock before moving forward with the project. Top heading and bench method. Crown, this is the rock or soil. Crown, top heading, bench 1, bench 2, west face is the east face, and bottom heading, this is the invert. Excavation by tunneling methods. Drift method. In case of large or pilot tunnel, drift is made and then expanded. There can be more than one drifts. Different drift methods depending on location of drift can be uh, crown bars. This is the crown bars. Top drift operation 3, operation 5 starts to transmit side pressure to core until main tunnel widths are placed interlinear design concrete line. This is the dry pack dry. This is the concrete. And operation 4, upper side drift operation 2, lower side drift operation 1. Tunneling in soft strata. Tunnels constructed in soft materials require temporary support immediately or shortly after excavation. Way to provide support are suitably spaced bends of wood, suitably spaced bends of steel for logging covering, linear plates for polling placed to retain material between adjacent bends. Temporary supports must be designed for higher working stress compared to those in permanent designs. Tunneling in soft ground. Instantaneous support is required, no drilling and blasting. Forefoiling is done. Boats are driven ahead of the last trip around ferry. Forepoles act as cantilevers beyond breasting. Soil is excavated after removing the breastboard and new rib is erected. Because stand-up time is generally short when tunneling through soft ground. Cave-ins are a constant threat. To prevent this from happening, engineers use a special piece of equipment called a shield. A shield is an iron or steel cylinder literally pushed into the soft soil. It carves a perfectly round hole and supports the surrounding earth while workers remove debris and install a permanent lining made of cast iron or precast concrete. When the workers complete a section, jocks push the shield forward and they repeat the process. Here guys, Bunnell's shield, one frame. Here step 1, step 2 and step 3, breasting boards. Tunneling in or a running ground. Many methods is there, but principle is linear plates are pushed in starting from crown. Cavity is excavated. Additional linear plates are pushed one by one and bolted. Arc section gradually widened down to springing line. Tunneling in rocks. Tunnels are driven in rocks by drilling holes in the rock face, loading the holes with explosives, blasting and removing the broken rock. Each sequence full cross section of the tunnel may be excavated or one or more drifts may be there. Drilling pattern for holes of explosives may differ depending upon rock type, cross section, experience, expertise, and type of explosive suggested. Methods are similar in principle like full face method, top heating and benching, and drift method. నువ్వు బయటికి వెళ్తావా మమ్మీ కాదు నువ్వు బయటికి వెళ్తావా అగమా guys here tunnels are driven in rocks by drilling holes in the rock face, loading the holes with explosives, blasting and removing the broken rock. Each sequence full cross section of the tunnel may be excavated, or one or more drifts may be there. Drilling pattern for holes of explosives may differ depending upon rock type, cross section, experience, expertise, and type of explosive suggested. Methods are similar in principle like full face method, top heating and benching, and drift method. మళ్ళీ రావద్దు ఏం చేస్తాం ఇక్కడ బస్సు కొడుకొని నేను మళ్ళీ రాము tunneling through hard rock almost always involves blasting. Workers use a scaffold called a jumbo to place explosives quickly and safely. The jumbo moves to the face of the tunnel and the drills mounted to the jumbo make several holes in the rock. The depth of the holes can vary depending on the type of rock, but a typical hole is about 10 feet deep and only a few inches in diameter. Next, workers pack explosives into the holes, evacuate the tunnel, and detonate the charges. After vacuuming out the noxious fumes created during the explosion, workers can enter and begin carrying out the debris known as muck using carts. Then they repeat the process, which advances the tunnel slowly through the rock. Guys, this is the inside of the rock. కాసేపు ఆగి వస్తారు. So, fire setting. Fire setting is an alternative to blasting. In this technique, the tunnel wall is heated with fire and then cooled with water. The rapid expansion and contraction caused by the sudden temperature changes causes large chunks of rock to break off. The Cloaca Maxima, one of Rome's oldest sewer tunnels, was built using this technique. The stand-up time for solid, very hard rock may measure in centuries. In this environment, extra support for the tunnel roof and walls may not be required. However, most tunnels pass through a rock that contains breaks or pockets of fractured rock. So, engineers must add additional support in the form of bolts, sprayed concrete, or rings of steel beams. In most cases, they add a permanent concrete lining. So, sequence of operation in rocky strata, drill and blast, marking a tunnel profile, setting up and drilling, load explosive and blasting, removing the foul gases, checking, scaling, marking, rock bolting and lining. So modern tunnel construction methods, drill and blast, mechanical drilling or cutting, cut and cover, immersed tunnels, tunnel boring machines, TBMs, new Austrian tunneling method, NATM. So road headers. Guys, here we observe the left figure is the road headers. This is the road header working in the progress. And guys, this is the TBM. TBM is nothing but a tunnel boring mission is called the TBM. So this TBM we used in the Velugonda project. This cost is approximately 100 crores. So this is the TBM in working condition. So types of support. Steel arches. Steel ribs are used for reinforcement of weaker tunnel sections and give rigid to semi-rigid support. The ribs are made from I-beam or H-beam structural steel band to conform to the requirements of a particular tunnel cross section. Timber may be used for packing between the beams and the rock. However, providing continuous bedding against the rock may considerably increase the load bearing capacity of the arches. So, rock bolts. Steel bolts are frequently set in holes drilled into the rock to assist in supporting the entire roof or individual rock slabs that tend to fall into a tunnel. Rock bolts maintain the stability of an opening by suspending the dead weight of a slab from the rock above. So guys, here a remedy, rock bolts can suspend a roof, pin strata to form a rock beam, and stabilize the rock that tends to spoil. So shortly, pneumatically applied mortar and concrete are increasingly being used for the support of underground excavations. A combination of rock bolts and shotcrete has proved an excellent temporary support for all qualities of rock. Shotcrete is best known in tunneling as an integral component of the NATM New Austrian tunneling method. Cubic setting concrete is sprayed onto the bare rock surface immediately after excavation and rapidly hardness to form a preliminary support until the final lining of conventional poured concrete can be installed. Wire mesh. Wire mesh is used to support small pieces of loose rock or as reinforcement for shotcrete. Two types of wire mesh. Chain link mesh commonly used for fencing, and it consists of a woven fabric of wire, tends to be flexible and strong. Weld mesh commonly used for reinforcing shotcrete, and it consists of a square grid of the steel wires welded at their intersection points. Okay. Ventilation during construction. Why required? To furnish fresh air for the workers, to remove the dust caused by drilling or blasting, mucking, diesel engines and other operations, to remove obnoxious gases and fumes of explosives. How done? Mechanical ventilation is usually supplied by electric fans, as for example, axial flow pressure fans. If air is blown into a tunnel, it may be forced through a lightweight pipe or fabric duct. If air is exhausted, it is necessary to use a rigid duct that will not collapse. The exhaust method has the advantage of more quickly removing objectionable air from spaces occupied by the workers. Ventilation of tunnels. Mechanical ventilation systems provide the temperature, humidity, and air velocity conditions necessary to give tunnel users a reasonable degree of comfort during normal operation. When a fire occurs in a tunnel, the system must also provide a safe evacuation route for tunnel users and access for fire fighting services. The choice and the design of a ventilation system depends on these main factors: tunnel length and volume, uh, admissible air pollution around the tunnel portals, fire safety considerations. Key pollutants include carbon dioxide, nitrogen oxides, nitrogen dioxide, hydrocarbons, PM10, and lead. Better understanding of ventilation techniques, awarenesses of new safety and environmental legislation. This is the after construction of the tunnel. Geological survey for tunneling. A geological survey is the systematic investigation of the subsurface and surface of a given piece of ground for the purpose of creating a geological map, model, and feasibility studies. A geological survey employs techniques from the traditional walk over survey, studying outcrops and landforms, to intuitive methods such as hand augering and mission-driven boreholes, use of geophysical techniques and remote sensing methods such as aerial photography and satellite imagery. Types of geological survey. Mainly, geological surveys are classified into two types: surface geological survey, subsurface geological survey. Surface geological survey includes on land geology and geological structures, landforms, hydrology, outcrop pattern, engineering properties. Subsurface geological survey includes on underground geology and geological structures, geohydrogeology, subsurface rock or soil pattern, etc. Surface geological survey. Geological profile is prepared along line of tunnel. Geological observations are done along this profile like engineering properties of rock or soil. Geological structures like fold, faults, joints, spring, stream, river alignment, and any seepage etc. Trail boring plan is prepared along the tunnel line. Influence of the rock stratification on the tunnel in unlining after tunnel located in anticline and syncline. Tunnel crossing an anticline and syncline. Tunnels close to a steep slope. Different positions of a tunnel with respect to a fault. Subsurface geological survey. Trail boring is done along the tunnel line. Different rock and soil samples are collected from subsurface and their physical and chemical properties are observed. Some samples are sent to laboratory for determination of engineering properties like shearing strength, permeability, porosity, compressive strength, and other tests are performed. Groundwater table GWT is noted and water bearing strata is marked in geological profile. This is the Kunguhun one mall is the design. This is the geological sampling survey. This is the geological sampling survey. This is also geological taking samples. Geological samples taking under sea. This is the more geological model. Different geophysical surveys like refraction, resistivity, GPR, ground penetrating radar, and borehole logging ETC are also done. In situ testing like Packer testing, hydrofracturing, or load testing are performed. A geological feasibility report comprising all information, photographs, profile, and others necessary data are presented for final tunnel design and construction. This is the samples collection. This is the data collection from the different sources and showing in the electrical surveys. Yes. This is the electrical resistivity Venner area, current electrode, current electrode. This is the instrument and this is the potential electrode. So this is the seismic refraction of geometry, geophones, short point and geophones. This is the vibrator truck, recording channels and the geophones group, recorder truck and water, oil and gas. This is the preparation of the samples taking. Same here. Estimated resistivity from the surface survey. Surface profiling, three-dimensional modeling. Okay, thank you guys for your patience. So we completed engineering geology subject totally. Thank you guys.